Hello students, myself Anna Sahib Gorane, Rayat Shikshan Sanstha's RBNB College Srirampur. I am junior college teacher in physics. Now today we study 12th science chapter AC circuits. This is my fourth lecture on the same chapter. In last lecture we have studied the alternating circuits containing a resistor, inductor and capacitor, and we also studied the opposition to the flow of current by resistor, inductor and capacitor to flow the AC circuit through it, or opposition to the AC by these components independently. How resistor opposes the flow of current, how inductor opposes the flow of alternating current, and how capacitor opposes the flow of alternating current. Now in a purely resistive circuit, we know the EMF and current are in same phase. If circuit contains pure inductor, EMF leads the current by phase pi by 2. If the circuit contains purely capacitor, then EMF lags the current by the phase pi by 2. But in case of resistor, EMF and current are in same phase. So we studied this opposition to the flow of alternating current independently by the inductor, by the capacitor, by the resistor. The opposition by the resistor we denote it by resistance, or we call it as a resistance, and opposition to the flow of alternating current by inductor and capacitor we call it as a reactance. For inductance it is inductive reactance. For capacitor it is capacitive reactance. Resistance does not depend on the frequency of AC, but reactance depends on the frequency. Inductive reactance is directly proportional to frequency of AC, whereas capacitive reactance is inversely proportional to frequency of AC. Now today we study AC circuit containing inductor, that is L, capacitor and resistor in series. If these components are connected in series, this is also called as LCR circuit, that is inductor, capacitor, resistor circuit. We study all these components if they are connected in series and how they oppose the alternating current flowing through it. Now see the circuit diagram. Firstly see the circuit diagram containing LCR in series. Suppose inductor L, capacitor C and resistor R, it is connected in series across the alternating source of EMF E. LCR, alternating circuit containing inductor, capacitor and resistor in series, we call it as a LCR circuit. Here the alternating EMF is applied, and we know in case of inductor, if this is a current, EMF leads the current, that is EMF across the inductor leads the current by the phase pi by 2. In case of capacitor, if this is the current, EMF across the capacitor that is EC, lags the current by pi by 2. So we can show it towards the negative side. It lags the current by pi by 2. We know in case of capacitor, and in case of inductor, EMF leads the current, so towards the positive side, and in case of resistor, current and EMF are in same phase, so along the same direction. I and E are in same phase. Now current I through these series components, as they are connected in series, current I at any instant through these three elements having the same amplitude and phase, and current through these elements is represented by I is equal to I0 sin omega t. Current is same through inductor, capacitor and resistor as they are connected in series. Suppose EL is the EMF across the inductor, EC is EMF across the capacitor, or we say voltage across the capacitor, and ER is the EMF, or we say voltage across the resistor. We call it as RMS voltage, EL across inductor, across capacitor and across resistor. So we draw firstly the phasor diagram for the LCR circuit. We know the concept of phasor diagram. Firstly we draw the phasor diagram, and firstly we explain this phasor diagram for this LCR circuit. X axis, Y axis, suppose this is origin, Y dash. We draw the EMF across inductor, capacitor and resistor for these components, that is EL, EC, ER in this phasor diagram. Suppose here EMF across resistor is ER, EMF across resistor is ER, and as current is also along the same direction, or there is no phase difference, so this I is also along the same axis, that is the positive X axis, as there is no phase difference between EMF and current in case of a resistor or circuit containing resistor. In case of inductor, EMF leads the current by some phase by pi by 2. Hence, here suppose this represents EL. Suppose this is the point B, we call it suppose point B, and it represents EL. EMF leads the current by pi by 2 in case of inductor. So this EL is along positive Y axis. In case of capacitor, EMF lags the current by pi by 2. So this EMF across capacitor is along negative Y axis. We denote it by EC. For resistor, EMF and current are in same phase, so along the same axis, positive X axis. For inductor, EMF leads the current by pi by 2, so it is along the positive Y axis up to point B, EL. For capacitor, it lags the current by pi by 2, so here, and effective value of all these EL, EC and ER is represented by the vector. Suppose this is the vector, we call it as OK, and suppose this is the effective value of all these EL, ER and EC, and suppose phi is the phase angle, we call it as phi. Now here one main thing is, if this EL is greater than EC, the effective of EL and EC is EL minus EC, and that EL minus EC is in the direction of EL. Suppose this point is B dash, O to B, suppose this is EL, O to this point, suppose this is EC, but EL minus EC is in the direction of EL, and suppose up to B dash, this part is EL minus EC. This is EL minus EC. So this is the phase diagram. It represents the different vectors, that is ER, EL, EC, and the effective of all these is E, represented by the vector OK. If we draw perpendicular here, suppose that point is point A. Suppose this point is point A. This is the phase diagram. As we know, EMF across resistor is I into R. EMF across inductor, that is EL, is I into XL, where XL is the inductive reactance, and EMF across capacitor is I into XC, where this XC is a capacitive reactance. Now the voltage across L and C, voltage across this inductor and capacitor have phase difference here. This is capacitor, EMF across capacitor, EMF across inductor. The voltage across EMF and capacitor, that is EL and EC, have the phase difference of 180. From the figure it is clear that the EMF across inductor and capacitor have a phase difference of 180 degree. The net resultant voltage is EL minus EC. If EL is greater than EC, the net resultant voltage is EL minus EC, and it is in the direction of EL. The resultant of this ER, EL and EC gives the RMS value E. It is the resultant of this ER, EL and EC. It represents the RMS value E of applied EMF. And we find this RMS value of applied EMF from the figure. From figure, this OK square is equal to, OK square is equal to OA square plus AK square. From the figure, OK square is equal to OA square plus AK square, but this AK is OB dash, so this OK square is equal to OA square plus OB dash square. But what is this OK? It is E, so E square is equal to OA square, this is nothing but ER, that is ER square, plus OB dash square, see this OB dash, this is EL minus EC. Its square. Hence, E square is, our E square is, ER substitute here, ER is I into R, EL is I into XL, and EC is I into XC. By substituting these values in this equation, we get E square, ER is IR, that is IR its square, plus EL is IXL its square, minus EC is IXC its square. Hence this E square is I square R square, plus again we take here I square as common, I square XL square, suppose I square XL square minus I square XC square. Hence this E square is I square R square plus, take I square as common, in bracket XL square minus XC square. And by taking that I square as common, we get E square is equal to I square in bracket R square plus XL square, XL minus XC, XL minus XC its square. This is XL minus XC its square. XL I square XL square, I XL minus I XC its square. I XL minus I XC, XL minus XC its square. See again here, E square is I square R square, EL is I XL its square minus I XC. That is bracket square, I XL minus I XC, this is bracket square. Then we take I square R square, XL minus XC bracket square, E is equal to I square R square plus R square plus XL minus XC its square. This square. ER square plus EL minus EC square. What is ER? This is IR. IR square plus EL is IXL minus IXC bracket square. I square R square plus, take I as common here. See again, take I as common, in bracket XL minus XC, I common, in bracket XL minus XC, and this square, I square R square, then this square is I square XL minus XC square, and take I square as common, R square plus XL minus XC its square, and therefore this is I square root of R square plus XL minus XC its square. We get the resultant of EL, ER and EC. See the steps again. By the triangle, these are the values. E square is ER square plus EL minus EC its square. This ER is IR plus this is IXL minus IXC, but bracket square. Take I as common, XL minus XC square. This is separate square I square, and then XL minus XC its square. Take here I square as common, in bracket R square plus XL minus XC square, and taking the square root on both sides, we get E as I square root of R square plus XL minus XC square. Or we write this as E is equal to IZ. We write this as E is equal to IZ. E is equal to IZ, where this Z is square root of r square plus xl minus xc its square. We write this equation in terms of E is equal to Iz. But what is Z? Z is this square root part. That is r square plus xl minus xc its square. If we compare it with V is equal to IR, if we compare it with V is equal to IR, then this quantity Z in the series LCR circuit is same as the resistance. This quantity Z in series LCR circuit is same as resistance. It represents the effective opposition offered by inductor, capacitor and resistor connected in series to the flow of AC circuit. See again, if we compare it with IR, this resistance opposes the flow of current through it. Similarly, this Z represents the effective opposition offered by inductor, capacitor and resistor connected in series to the flow of AC current, and this effective opposition is called as impedance of the circuit. This effective opposition is called as, or this total effective resistance, we may call it as a total effective resistance, and it is called as impedance of the circuit. Now, as this is the impedance, from this equation, this impedance Z is E upon I. We can define the impedance as it is the ratio of effective value of EMF or RMS value of EMF to the RMS value of current, or it is the RMS value of voltage to the RMS value of current passing through the circuit. The SI unit of this impedance is same as resistance, that is its unit is ohm, because it is same as the resistance. It is the effective opposition by the components inductor, capacitor and resistor to the flow of alternating current. Now admittance, there is another definition, admittance. The reciprocal of this impedance of the AC circuit, the reciprocal of impedance of the AC circuit is called as the admittance. The unit of this admittance is 1 upon ohm, or we call it as ohm raised to minus 1, or it is also called as Siemens. So this is the admittance. Reciprocal of impedance is admittance. Now from the phasor diagram, now again see the phasor diagram. In the phasor diagram, or see this diagram, from this diagram tan of phi is AK upon OA, tan phi, AK upon OA. But this AK is OB dash, so it is OB dash upon OA, tan phi. Tan phi is OB dash upon OA, but OB dash is EL minus EC. So this tan phi is EL minus EC upon OA. OA is ER, that is voltage across the resistor. But again we know EL is IXL, so this tan phi is IXL minus IXC divided by ER is IR. Take I common here, this I cancels with this I, and we get tan phi as XL minus XC divided by R, or this phi is tan inverse of XL minus XC upon R. Phi is tan inverse of XL minus XC upon R. This phi gives the phase difference between XL, XC, that is the inductive reactance, capacitive reactance and resistance. The alternating current in LCR and EMF, alternating EMF in LCR, we can represent it like this. I is equal to I0 sin omega t plus phi. Phi is the phase difference, or we write this EMF as E0 sin omega t plus phi. Alternating EMF and current we can represent by these equations. Now we consider some cases. Case first, if XL is equal to XC, that is inductive reactance is equal to capacitive reactance. See here, if this XL equal to XC, this part will be 0, as they are equal, tan phi will be 0. Hence phi is 0. It means there is no phase difference between voltage and current. Voltage and current are in same phase. The AC circuit is said to be non-inductive. Or we may say it as it is a resistive circuit, because for the resistive circuit EMF and current are in same phase. There is no phase difference between EMF and current in resistive circuit. And as here, this inductive reactance is equal to capacitive reactance, tan phi is 0 from the equation, phase phi is 0, the circuit is said to be non-inductive. Then our second case is, if XL is greater than XC, that is the inductive reactance is greater than the capacitive reactance. From this equation, this tan phi will be positive. Hence phi will be positive. Tan phi positive, phi positive. It means voltage leads the current by the phase angle phi. And as voltage leads the current, we say that AC circuit is inductance dominated circuit. Inductance dominated circuit. Because we know that in inductive circuit EMF leads the current. EMF leads the current. Here also the voltage leads the current. Hence the circuit is said to be inductance dominated circuit. Now our third case is, if XL is less than XC, XL is less than XC, that is the inductive reactance is less than the capacitive reactance, tan phi will be negative. Tan phi will be negative. Hence that phi will be negative. and phi is negative, voltage lags the current by the phase pi by 2. And we know this is in case of a capacitive circuit. Voltage lags the current by phase angle phi. AC circuit is said to be capacitance dominated circuit. Circuit is said to be capacitance dominated. Tan phi is negative, voltage lags the current by the phase angle phi, and hence it is a capacitance dominated circuit. So this is our third case. Now in next part we consider the impedance triangle. What is the impedance triangle? See next part, impedance triangle. We know impedance is the effective opposition by inductor, capacitor and resistor to the flow of alternating current through it. We call it as impedance. When alternating EMF is applied across this series LCR circuit, there is net opposition to the flow of that alternating current, and that net opposition to the flow of alternating current we call it as a impedance. When the alternating EMF is applied, we know that EMF across resistor is I0 into R. EMF across inductor is I0 into XL, that is the inductive reactance. EMF across the capacitor is I0 into XC. XC we know it is the capacitive reactance. If we draw the impedance triangle from this phasor diagram, we consider this triangle from the phase diagram. Suppose this is O, K, then A, this is A, and this angle is phi. This OK represents the impedance Z, this OA represents the resistor, and this AK represents the reactance, that is XL minus XC. As this is a EL minus EC, this represents the EMF across the resistor, and this is the effective EMF. So this is the effective opposition to the flow of current, that is Z. Opposition to the flow of current is a resistor, so this OA represents the resistance, and opposition to the flow of inductor and capacitor, that is represented by XL minus XC, where XL is the inductive reactance and XC is capacitive reactance. Here this triangle is called as the impedance triangle. In this triangle, the diagonal OK represents the effective opposition to the flow of current, and we call it as an impedance, and that impedance Z, we know it is square root of R square plus in bracket XL minus XC its square. Diagonal OK represents the impedance. The base OA represents the resistance. Base OA represents the resistance. The side AK represents the reactance. OA represents resistance R. AK represents reactance, that is XL minus XC. It represents the reactance, and angle AOK angle is phi, it is phase angle by which the voltage leads the current in the circuit, and this tan phi is, we know, XL minus XC upon R. XL minus XC upon R. So this is about this impedance triangle. Now there is one simple question based on this LCR series circuit. We know the phasor diagram. We also know the formula for the impedance, that is the total effective opposition by the inductor, capacitor and resistor to the flow of alternating current. One simple question for 2 marks is there. The question is like this. This question may be asked. Question is very simple. Show that total impedance of circuit decreases. I will write here question. Show that total impedance of circuit, decreases we know the definition of impedance. Total impedance of circuit decreases when capacitor is added, in series with L and R, in series with inductor and resistor. And why that total impedance of the circuit decreases when capacitor is added in series with inductor and resistor, and why? Now we know that in series resistance circuit, LCR circuit, the impedance Z, when all the components are there in series, we denote it by Z LCR, and we know that formula, that is R square plus XL minus XC its square. Suppose this is equation 1. If all components are there in series LCR circuit, the effective opposition to the flow of alternating current, we call it as impedance, and that impedance, if all component LCR are there, is given by the equation 1, that is square root of R square plus XL minus XC its square. When capacitor is not there, or when capacitor is absent, this part will be 0. There is no XC. So if capacitor is not there, that circuit contains only inductor and resistor, and for such circuit impedance will be ZLR. It contains only inductor and resistor, and that will be square root of R square plus simply XL square, as capacitor is not there. So if we compare these equations 1 and 2, clearly this impedance when there is only inductor and resistor is greater than impedance when all components are in series. See here, compare the equations 1 and 2. If capacitor is not there, the impedance for inductor and resistor is greater than when all components are there. Hence we say that total impedance of the circuit decreases when capacitor is added in series with inductor and resistor. Okay, today we stop here. Thank you.